everyone. So today we got our clone 372 race saw. This is a pretty nasty ported one that we took down to Sawfest. And something that I've been wanting to do for a while, we're going to try Morgan's Enterprise pipe on our nasty 372 here out in the wood pile actually. So I got a 20-inch bar and chain. This is the Husky C83, all set. So we'll run a 20-inch with Husky C83. Well, I'm going to swap on this Enterprise pipe real quick, and we're going to run a 7-tooth. We got more of our cherry to finish bucking up and noodling. We'll try and get a good tank through this, see what it sounds like, what it acts like on this pipe. I haven't actually cut with this saw in the wood, other than the 2 cuts I think it was we made at Sawfest. So this will be the second time in the wood, but we're actually going to do work with this race saw. This thing's pretty rowdy ported, so hopefully it sounds real good on pipe, and we'll get this all swapped around. Now, like I said, Morgan made us these pipes last fall, I believe it was. So they've been sitting here for a while. We got rid of the other one in our giveaway, and I kept the Enterprise for myself. Well, Morgan did an awesome job on these. I think he was talking about selling them. I don't know if he actually does or not. But I kept the Enterprise for myself, and now you guys are going to hear it on this ported saw. And we're going to see if we can actually get a tank's worth of work out of this saw. This one, it's ported pretty spicy, but I think we can get a tune on it. And as long as it doesn't do clone saw things, I think we can. What I'll do, I'll put my earmuffs on, make sure we got our fuel and oil. I'll fire it up, I'll warm it up real quick, just so I can snug those bolts again nice and tight while it's hot. Let me move this out of the way. Check our gas and oil. Alright, we'll see if this thing still runs. I haven't started it for a few weeks now, so it should be okay. But these clones do have a mind of their own. Let me put my muffs on because this is going to be loud. Alright. Alright, this definitely has some bark to it. Like I said, I just want to get a little bit of heat on those bolts so I can tighten them up. Since there's no support brace on this, I didn't want it rattling loose. But, same thing. I typically run a 20, 24. I knew I had a good chain, this Husky C83 that we used at Sawfest. And this is the same bar, so that's my problem. Not really running many. I don't know where all my bars and chains and everything ended up at. So I'm kind of starting over with all that stuff. Now hopefully everybody's enjoying these cutting videos. It is kind of nice to get out, help Dad out, cut this wood. I mean, you know, we build chainsaws after all. I guess we should probably know how to use them a little bit. But I plan to take this one out. Like I said, this one's pretty spicy, but we'll take this one out. I'm going to put a safe tune on it, so you'll probably hear a 4-stroker pretty decent. A little bit of extra oil, just help keep things together, hopefully. But I plan on working this. We're going to cut up all the stuff we have out there. Pretty sure most of it's cherry. I'll even do some noodling. We'll see how it works banging this off the log. But that looks pretty good, and wish me luck. Alright, I let that idle a little bit longer. As you can tell, this one's worked over pretty good. Want to get a little bit of extra fuel and oil down there in the bottom end to help cool it. But as you've seen from those first couple of cuts here, it does not like anything to do with being rich. So let me split these real quick with the Fiskars, and then I'll finish noodling the other couple big pieces, like try and finish out that tank. Alright, I might be able to split these now. Oh yeah, look at that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Gotta get in the groove. Literally. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell anybody I missed that many times. Even a boiler can use kindling, right? Promise, I'm not doing it on purpose. Alright. Set up a couple of these real big pieces with the knots yet. Alright, now we'll see if it starts back up. We'll rip those couple of pieces, and that ought to keep us warm for a couple of days. Well, hopefully that means we're out of gas. Yep, we are out of gas. So, there you seen it. One full tank through a clone race saw. I know I definitely put in the work. I don't know if I was working the saw too hard, but like I said. So we are going to start working these things. Gotta stay warm. I need to stay in shape, or get in shape, rounds of shape. But this is what we got. This is where we're going to be going. We got a few more saw builds and we got a lot more wood to cut for the winter. So hopefully you enjoy. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. How do you think Morgan's pipe sounds? And what you guys want to see. Alrighty, thanks a lot everyone. So I just wanted to come in, take this bar and chain off, talk about this one a little bit. So we made all sorts of power with this build on the dyno. And as you can see, it definitely does not like being rich at all. Those first few cuts really surprised me how bad it was with it rich. This one's definitely a little bit sportier than your regular work saw build because we built it to try and win races. Same thing, this bar is pretty clapped out. I do need to get a new bar. I could feel it wobbling around in there. Probably could try and pinch these rails and open it up a little bit, but this was just an old bar I had sitting around. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get a new one, especially if we're going to go cutting wood often. What would everybody think of the old 372 here? Idle is a little high. I turned it down a couple of times. It kept figuring itself out. But it did idle, didn't stall, held together. Morgan's pipe did just fine, even noodling. I'm pretty certain I tagged the ground a time or two. But that's all part of it. So that happens sometimes, especially when you're not as experienced as some. It's been a while since I've actually had to cut up any firewood. I will say I'm pretty impressed with the way this one ran, the way it performed. Seemed to have all sorts of power, all sorts of chain speed. And this Enterprise muffler definitely helped out with the sound department. I don't think anybody wondered what was running. Well, they might have wondered what exactly was running because this chainsaw sounded pretty ornery. So these pipes, they do make power, but it's probably not going to be a whole lot different than the large outlet we had here. I just wanted to put it on. Has a sweet sound to it. And I wanted to get this one in the wood, so I figure 2 birds, 1 stone. Actually test the Enterprise muffler in the wood, see how bad it bounced off the logs and everything. And get our clone G372 some actual in the wood time. Because I've heard people say you can't firewood with these. Well, I just ran 1 tank full through. You've seen trying to tune it in. Finally getting the tune dialed in. Putting in some work. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. And leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Alright, thanks a lot everyone.